Hello, guys. Now I want to talk about the state of the economy. I think a lot of people don't realize this that when they are working office work in the city, in the big cities, they are trying to get money from the richest people, not the richest person, maybe the richest person, but the richest people and their network. Now, here's the problem, guys. Depending on where you live, the richest people in this network only have few people, not a lot of people. And these people are the kings and queens, of course. I mean, I'm not saying it is a bad thing, okay? In this term, it's not exactly like true political king and queens, but in terms of when you work, you follow their instruction, okay? Let's not talk about unofficial stuff. Let's just talk about what is clear and official first. The network of economy the money ends up there. Okay, so you are working for them. I, I'm not saying it is bad, but they have limited attention span. And you cannot deny that. And I think it is not their fault, or at least it is not they are not the one who started all of these inflationary problems, guys. It is us who keep on wanting to cater to them so that we can get some money. Why don't we just grow our own food? The thing is, they have limited attention span, and things are just going to increase the price. They're just going to increase the price in one way or another. Why? Because there are a lot of demands, and it is not their fault. There's just simply a lot of demands, and with a lot of demands come increase in price for their grace, for their mercy. So you guys are making them gods by wanting their money too much. Okay? So we got to figure this out. It is not their fault. They have a lot of money. It's a good thing. I mean, you want to tax them 70%. That is nuts. That is anti-entrepreneurial. And the one that's going to be hurting as well are the small businesses. If you make rules like that, you are disincentivizing being a very rich person. And that's what small businesses are aspiring to do. But also, small businesses, guys, stop wanting to be in their network. You know, prices is too high already, right? It's fine. Yo, have our own network. But this is also the problem, guys. I don't know which there's this section of this network that is evil, guys. This section of the network influences the government to keep, to illegalize, you know, making our own money. Guys, why? For what? The thing is, we have a lot of potential, right? But the thing that this small group of people want is not everything, while we have all of the potential to make a lot of things. Some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff, these people don't want, but a lot of other people want. Okay? And this a lot of things can become money. Can doesn't have to be money. Can become bonds that could help us in the future. But some of the stuffs are illegal, and when things are illegal, they reduce property. Why? Because property is territory and it's safety. It's a safety of the house. So if it's illegal, I don't know, guys, right? And the thing is, it's not that it's illegal at that point in the time. Some people could ignore it. But this illegality scales up throughout the policies of the future. Okay. So if we are being alienated from the law and we make everything through unofficial means, under the table means, when are we gonna get our over the table? When are we ever going to get our proper property? We're just going to get being pushed away from it bit by bit, for the people who care enough to legalize shit. Okay, people just don't want to understand this, and people just, every time I try my best to be legal, either I'm being ridiculed or I'm being bullied, not into bullying like that, being looked at like I'm some kind of weirdo. Bro, I know that your guys are not accountants or tax accountants, therefore you don't want to care about the property that comes from legalities that much, because you're not making a living out of that, and maybe you would want to ignore us. Okay, uh, and I am vested interested. I may be subjective, not objective in this matter. uh, I admit that, yeah, I admit that, but is it really useless, or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Think about it, guys. Come on now. I'm not trying to waste your time, dude. I'm trying for us to acquire things properly. So stop with the unofficial talk, or not unofficial, with irresponsible talking. Don't get comfortable there. If you are comfortable there, you're comfortable with life with no written property. That is like, you will be like, okay, okay, it's mine. No, it's not yours. No, it's not. Okay, who's in power? Corporate espionage? Okay, you know what? They're gonna put me in a mental hospital if I go too far. But think about it, guys. Who are these corporate espionage? Are these things not real? Or they're just for the big people? They're just for the big companies that are competing against each other. Really, guys. So if one big, is it not equal to small many? So what's happening here? What is happening here? Think about it, guys. So if you're comfortable with an official irresponsible talking, you're gonna get irresponsible properties. Yo. So walk on the sidewalk, okay? Wait till the lamp turns green before you cross the street. And when you open up a cafe, pay for your music, for your commercial music, not just paying for private music, but commercial music. I encourage you for get in touch with local artists and make their musics heard. And maybe local artists from your temple or from your church or from your mosque, which is not, I don't know, guys. Maybe some mosque illegalize music like that. But so I've heard some nice Arabic music. Okay, maybe you can get music from them. Some of them are crazy. They put a lot of price, but you gotta understand these people are, they they wish to get to monetize from their skill, but really because of people like you, I'm not saying it's you, but people like you making it hard for them, so they hate you. So yeah, guys, just say something like this, dude. You okay? For the amount of people that came, okay, I will pay you this much, okay? But then you also have the right to royalty per extra people you brought in, okay? But then I'm not going to give you your royalty. Everything is actually just by royalty. uh, but because I gave this lump sum payment upfront, okay, you gotta deplete. We're gonna deplete this lump sum payment first until the next royalty that I gave you. How about that? or maybe some people are nice, there some people are reasonable, it's hard to make money, so if I didn't bring any customer, then I didn't bring any customer, some people could be reasonable like that. But reach out, guys, don't use freaking pirated music. It's just, guys, here's the deal, the law, right? When you create the law, I know these goons at the legislative, they're ridiculous, right? But but it's because they can worry about other things, okay? Because of that's the nature of the law. The law is supposed to make you be able to worry about other things, not just, right? That's it's what it's supposed to do. And if you are safety about it, they're just safety about it. And that's why they're goofing around, because they know the law, guys. And then this this relationship, these networks between verses and points within the law, this network is going to prevent a very, very stupid law to pass. And like huge chunk, a huge what's ridiculous is just tip of the iceberg, but the whole iceberg is things like do not steal, do not murder, do not defraud other people. All of these things are being put together, and then when it plays out reality, when there's a problem with its implementation in reality, another law, a supporting law, is created to support all of this. So it becomes a structure. So when a new law is created, it is created out of this whole structure. So violation or damages to a certain part of this is a damage to the whole structure. And where is the whole structure coming from? It's coming from us. So the damage is on us, whether it is direct or not. So I know they do make ridiculous laws, like immigrate, like people could just cross the fence in Mexico like that. Man, that is nuts. That is so anti logic of the logic of immigration. But some of the stuff like that happens because we are all human beings, right? And our combined system really is not easy to be perfect. But just because one imperfection is like that is being blown out by the people who wants to make excuses and stuff with all kinds of interest to point out that, oh, these people sucks, we can do whatever we want, basically, right? We don't have to listen to them. And it's not that simple. Maybe there's some truth in it, but you know, if you if you follow the law, right, you can see further into it. You will be interested in seeing further into it. And through that, you can change the law. So what about Kim Jong Un, right? People in there like have to obey them all the time. So obedience is actually a cost to humanity. Obedience is actually a cost to injustice, a cost to justice. So should you, when if you are in a situation like that, would you be obeying the law, or you go against the law? But here's the deal, guys. Like there's a higher law and there's a lower law. All countries have this. The Bible said the reason why governments have power is from God. So the government cannot exist without justice, without its people. So they have to cater to this justice so that people would stay together, and that the economy will run and things like that. So these things these things are there. These things are bases of economy. Like for example, if you buy, you have to pay. These things exist So when the dictatorship go against that, they will go against this. So you can look up in their books or something, the book of law. There's got to be contradiction, guys. There's always going to be a contradictions because the power for a power to work, for justice to work, it's got to be just. So injustice is just going to be a nuisance to justice. It is always got to be like that. But here's the deal: for us East Asian, right? We want things just to work. We just want to make money, right? We want serenity and we want focus. Some of this stuff are distracting, and some of this stuff is not scalable. Waste of time. All right, I understand you guys, but if we keep on being like that, trust me, like I really believe this. Okay, a lot of people wouldn't believe me, but I really believe in this. We are ushering in the new North Korea in our lives, right? Because we don't care. We don't want to change the law. We don't want to take care of our property. It's like our plants. You got to take care of it. You got to water it. This is the law. And while we are in a democracy, which is superior to dictatorship, um, oh, you're gonna argue with that again, Lee Kuan Yew and stuff. Oh man, I got a call. The point is, you got to take care of it, guys. Let me go for now. Thank you. Goodbye.